episode, we talked about nearly all the men in Lagos are mad. And I had a lot to talk about that book because that book was a hurricane. That book was a whirlwind. And that book was just juicy and scandalous. And it's a compilation of short stories. And I hope you guys can watch the video, get the book, read the book. The video will be linked up in the card or in the description box below. So yeah. Now today's episode we're talking about this new book. Okay, this book is by Farida Abike-iyimide. I hope I pronounce it well. I'm not Yoruba, so I don't know that. This book is called Ace of Spades. This book is just I'm like, what? This book is a book that I was not mentally prepared for. I just dived right in and I was like, how can this cause a lot of issue in the world? Like, why does this scare people? Why do you feel so scared about this? Like, why? And truly it was really thought provoking and it was thrilling, and I couldn't just drop the book because I really needed to know, like, who are these people, who are you, what are you like. And yeah, the plot is messy. We have two students, Devon and Chiamaka, and they're like the protagonists of this book. They go to this top school, high class, prestigious school. Yeah, Nivius High School is like that school. At the beginning of the book, they showed us Chiamaka and Devon being selected for professorship in this school. So Chiamaka, of course, a head girl of this school. She was made the head girl, and this is something that she had been planning for from when she was got not in Nivius High School, when she was starting out in Nivius School. Devon, someone who's a music prodigy, doesn't really concern himself with Nivius. He just wants to get through the school, get into Juilliard, and just be done with the school because of the way the school was built up with. And suddenly he was made one of the prefects. So it was kind of really tricky for him. There, when they were there, they received a very anonymous text message on the board of the school from this person called Isis. I think that's the premise of the book and how the book started. It's told by Chiamaka and Devon's point of view. We get to see who Chiamaka is and we get to see who Devon is in this book. Now, Chiamaka has a very shady and ugly secret. So does Devon. So it so happens that Devon is gay or closeted gay. Devon is not from the same class as Chiamaka, not like from the same, like in kind of social class. He's from this poor neighborhood and somehow got scholarship into Nivius High School, and that was how he became a student of Nivius High School. Whereas Chiamaka is from the high society. We have this anonymous texter trying to bring out the secret of just these two students. Why only two of them? Why is ACES only targeting these two students? And it so happened that these two students are the only black students in the whole of Nivius Senior High School.
Wait a minute!
No, at first we don't really see it that way, in the sense, okay, so I'm not going to really try to spoil the book, but I'm just going to try to talk about some main points in this book. There's a lot of secrets in this book, and the idea of this anonymous hacker is to make these people's life miserable, these two students' life miserable. No other person, just these two students. And as a reader, I begin to see the pattern and know that, okay, why only the two black students? Why are they the ones only being targeted by this ACEs? Because there's no other thing stringing Devon and Chiamaka. No other thing. Like, while reading this book, as someone who actually enjoys thriller books and always try to look for who the suspect is, I mean, I kind of knew there was going to be a group of people doing this, but I never knew how big. And that's like, they had a mission to target these two black students, and that's what gets me. Like, why does this have to be a problem? Like, why the book does with a lot of sensitive topics, and that's what I love about this book, that it's able to intertwine these sensitive topics in this story, and we're able to follow this story, how thrilling and how suspenseful it is. Going into this book, Chiamaka might be a character you wouldn't like. Chiamaka is a character that at first you'll be like, okay, who is this bossy bitch? What is she? Why does she do like this? But when you begin to read Chiamaka's point of view, you understand that she's not doing this because she wants to do this. She's doing this because she needs to protect herself. I don't think she understood that the color of her skin might be a big issue for her. She didn't really see it that way. She only saw it that, okay, this is how it is. She knows she's a bit different from them. She knew that this was how it's going to be. So she needed to do every single thing for her to get to the top of this school, to be able to go to an Ivy League school, to be able to become a medical doctor, to be able to become these great things that she had prepared herself for. So I don't think she actually saw her race being a kind of a hindrance to whatever she was going for. She was just this top bitch who needed to bring down these other bitches because she wanted to be at the top. And for some reason, I really like that. I really like that she wasn't just someone you could just triple on top. That's the kind of character I love. So she's one of my favorites because I'm like, at first I was like, okay, this girl, you're trying to be messy. If messy is what gets us to the goal, I don't care, girl. Be messy. Even as she received this text from this anonymous text that threatening what she has built, she stood her ground. She wanted to get to the bottom of whoever is doing this. She needed to know what's up, what is going on, why are you doing this? You can't come around and just mess this up for me. And that is what I love about her. She's someone who was pragmatic. She was someone who was really focused on her goals, and she was ready to get to the bottom of it. Devon, I'm kind of indifferent about Devon. Devon is just a character. He's shy. He's more like a wallflower. Um she just wants to get through the school because he, for one, knows that his race is a problem. He knows the hindrance him as a black person. I think he understands that. He understands the class. He understands his race. He understands how different he was from the rest of the students. I know, I get that Shamaka also understand, but not to the extent when it comes to class, when it comes to race. Shamaka did not really understand the bigger idea of what her race had to do with whatever she was facing in that sense of it all. Yeah. So Devon, like he was so meek. I was like, God, get a backbone. Just don't let these people mess up with you. Don't let these people mess you up. There's what I hate like a blackmailer. I hate people who blackmail people. And I actually love characters who stand up to blackmailers. And I just wanted Devon to be just, don't let these people do their sneaky, wicked thing with you. Show them something. And I'm like, Devon. But I can understand Devon. He just wanted to just pass through school and just go to Juilliard and just be. That's all he wanted. But he's not really my favorite character because why not? But another person that I love is Terrell. So Terrell is this other um sub character in the Aces of Spades. He's more like a lover and a friend to Devon. So Devon, like I said, is someone who has a lot of emotional baggage. I mean, he's I think from what I've read, he's just someone who wants to be loved. From what I can understand from his character, he's always struggling to find some balance. And he had issues, coming out to his mother because he felt that his mother wouldn't love him if he came out. So Tyrell for Devon was just like a balm to his wounds. And I actually love Tyrell because he was the one that actually saw what it was. Like, how can you two not see what's going on? You are like the only black senior student in this whole of school and you don't see something wrong about it. You don't see that this is a race something like you don't see it. And I love that he was there for Devon because he acted like a support, a very great support for Devon, and I actually loved their love story, which was so kind of cute. So yeah, now my worst character. See, it's good that you're an enemy. I know that you're an enemy. Like, yeah, I know who you are. You're an enemy. I can even deal with frenemies. I know that we are friends and we're enemies. I can deal with that. But you see people who act as your friends and then it turns out that they're looking for your downfall. You see those kind of people? Hate them, don't like them. And that is what Jake and Jamie are to me in this book. Like, they were friends to this protagonist, even down to, okay, for Jake, which is one of the characters who I hate so much, was friends with Devon. And we're like, they were two people who were from the same poor background, we were of the same class, but In terms of race, they were different because Jack was white and he was black. So that was where the differences came. But it didn't matter because they were best friends. They were trying to read to get into Nevis. They were trying to get scholarship to get into Nevis High School. So it was kind of painful to read and realize that Jake was also out to hurt him. Like, what was the reason? Why are you trying to hurt someone that you've grown up with? Your best friend. Like, it was kind of crazy finding out that Jake was among those trying to hurt them. It was really, really mind blowing. Like, what? And then you come to Jamie, like, between Jamie and Jack, I don't know who is worst. Jamie, like from the very beginning, from the very, very beginning, I knew that Jamie was not. There was some little sneaky, well, I knew that this guy, he's really up to no good. He's manipulative, he's sneaky, he's whatever I can call him. I knew that Jamie was not it. But to the to know that he was going to be to that extent, like, oh, my guy, you won't try at all. But I love the little story, the queerness going on there between Shamaka and Bella. That was kind of cute, but Bella was just too messy. So my favorite characters, like I would say, is Shamaka and Terrell. Worst characters, Jake and Jamie. Indifferent, Devon. Yeah, that's it. The book will say is a reference of Gossip Girl vibe and the Get Out. And I haven't really okay, I've watched like the first, second, third episode or some few episodes in season one of Gossip Girl, and yeah, it gives Gossip Girl vibe, with the text messages, secret this I know what you did last summer kind of secret message. But with what I've watched, I think it also gave me more of a pretty little girls kind of vibe with the aim giving them messages. I mean, I don't know if Gossip Girl was out to destroy them in terms of like dangerous like threats kind of vibe, but Pretty Little Liars A was just the same vibe with Aces. Like they were just out to make sure they destroy every single thing, destroy your I don't know. I haven't watched Gossip Girl. That's what I'm saying. But I've watched Pretty Little Liars, and I've watched some few episodes of Gossip Girl, and it didn't really give me that vibe. But you see, Pretty Little Liars, the vibe was just the same. So yeah, it gave me more of a Pretty Little Girls vibe. Though Pretty Little Girls vibe is also from reference of Gossip Girl. So yeah, so it's all in that same body. And the Get Out in the sense that all I know is sometimes if there is too many white folks, I get nervous, and that is really the essence of this book. Like there were the only two black students in this all white school. So they should really get so comfortable because why? Why only admit two? Why are you the only two black people and you don't feel comfortable? Some shit will be going down there. So yeah, I love the references with Get Out and Gossip Girl slash Pretty Little Liars. Yeah, it was really nice. Get Out was like a nerve chilling movie for me. Like to understand the level at which people can go because of race, it kind of gave me a chilling kind of feeling. It was a beautiful swirl, a beautiful mix of Pretty Tires hashtag slash Gossip Girl and Get Out. So what this book tried to deal with many issues like racism, homophobia, bullying, and suicide ideation. Really, I love the way this book took all these issues and gave us a story, a thought-provoking story in that sense. They were able to tell us about what racism means, what classism means, what it is to have feel this way. And I could add a little that it kind of tackled the idea of not feeling accepted. You could see that being played out between Shamaka and Devon in the sense that they don't feel accepted. They don't feel like they belong. So for Chimaka has to fight tooth and nail to be able to get some kind of respect, some kind of acceptance, even though not fully, but something to make her feel worthwhile about herself. Devon, who is just trying to pass through, he knows that he still doesn't feel accepted and he doesn't feel like he belongs, but he just wants to pass through that feeling, just make things easier for him, even if it means being in the shadow and just finally leaving. So it just shows you how these two different people deal with this feeling of not being accepted and not feeling among. There's some plots that I would have loved if it was explored. Like, I want to know more about Mia and Chiamaka. Like, tell me what's up. And also, I would also want to. Mm, Chiamaka's background as a Nigerian and an Italian was kind of confusing for me a bit. I was like, okay, her name is Chiamaka Adebayo, and we were able to know that Chiamaka was the name of her grandmother, that's the mother to her mother, because her grandmother, who was an Igbo woman, married a Yoruba man to give birth to Chiamaka's mother. For some reason, I think there's a rift between her Nigeria side of the family, and I would have really loved to know what's up over there. And if I could, I thought I would want to, I would love to read a love story between Chiamaka's father and Chiamaka's mother because I want to know, like, that's what I want to know about. Like, don't you want to know about it? What the gist is on Chiamaka's Nigerian side and also Chiamaka's Italian side. I would have really loved to know that. So yeah, it's a 5/5. Like, it's a 10/10 for me, 100/100. Like, I have no issues with this book. It was okay. The pacing was okay. The stories, it was thought provoking. The issues were tackled properly in its own way, like the way you should read a book. And like it's like what's up with the book. You know what's going on with the book, but you just don't know how big it is. That's how mind crazy this book is. So yeah, I hope you guys go read the book. The book is actually nice. And I would love to see this book adapted into a movie. Like I want to see how crazy it's gonna be. And you can watch this video coming up right now. This one here. Yeah, that one, which is about where I rave about nearly all the many Legos I'm at, and I want you guys to also join me in that raving. So yeah, guys, go watch it out. This other video here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.